Yo guys, what's going on? It's your boy Source Pilot bringing you the 4th episode of Camo Capture. On screen you can see the camo known as Fracture. It was a new camo that was released alongside the Modern Warfare update 1.10 on March 14th with all of the Operation Lion Strike micro DLC. In this episode, I feature the skin on 3 different maps. Like always, the maps are in order from lightest to darkest, starting with the map Daybreak, essentially a reskinned version of the map Downpour to celebrate St. Patrick's Day, as well as the map Vacant, and last but not least, the map Wetwork. Of course, the camo is featured on all of the assault weapons, them being the M16A4, the AK-47, which you see on screen, the M4, the G3, G36C, M14, and finally the MP44. In my opinion, this camo, it's alright. There's nothing too crazy about the camo, but at times it seems like, like a leopard's coat, and other times it just looks like a bunch of fractured rocks or stones, which I assume is why this camo is called Fracture. Before recording this episode of Camo Capture, I was thinking to myself, I was trying to figure out which camo to feature, and then meanwhile, while I was trying to figure this out, the 1.10 update popped up on my system, and I let it install, and afterwards I went to the game and got a free supply drop, to which I opened it and I got this skin. And I figured, since it was new and since it's closely related to all of the DLC that literally just dropped recently, I felt like giving it a go, why not? So, the main question is, would I use this camo in a game? And personally, if I had some other, really cool camos, hell no. There's no way I would use this camo, over some of the camos that are in the game, like my first Camo Capture episode, Kaleidoscope. If I had a camo similar to that, or like, similar to the Appeal, a lot of colors, a lot of, different designs on a gun or camo, I would definitely have that camo 100,000 times over this one on my gun in game. But if I didn't have any spectacular camos for my gun, and really I don't for the assault rifles. Oddly enough, I don't have any crazy camos. Honestly, this is probably the coolest one I have for the assault rifles in game. But who am I kidding, This camo, the skin, it's not awful. It's a simple camo, and it looks decent, I mean, it doesn't really change with the light. I always try to show you guys 3 different maps, lightest to darkest. So, with camos like Kaleidoscope, it changed depending on the light, like the light settings. So, this camo, it really doesn't change. I mean, if I had to pick one setting, I think I would pick darker because I think it looks better in a darker setting, especially because you can see, sometimes the light has a glare on the camo, so I think in a darker setting there's no glare, and you can, see the entire camo, and it makes it look, I guess, better in my opinion. But, yeah, so, it looks like a decent camo. I don't really have any complaints about it, just that it's a simple camo, and it's nothing too crazy, But I mean, to answer my own question, I am going to be using this in game because literally this is like basically the only cool assault rifle camo I have. But I mean, usually I don't use assault rifles in game. I've been using like LMGs, SMGs, sometimes snipers, predominantly. So there's a rare occasion when I actually will use an assault rifle. But in the rare chance that I do use one, this is the camo I'll be using. My only complaint with the camos for the assault rifles, is the fact that the skin covers the entire weapon, and it looks kind of tacky, to be honest. That's why I prefer my camo on the AK-74U and the MP44, the only 2 different weapons out of the assault rifles, because it still has the wood on the gun, which makes it stand out from the rest of the weapons. So yeah, I mean, I just like the look of those guns better, but I mean, the camo's not bad on all of the weapons. Anyways, guys, the video is coming to an end. I hope you all enjoyed the Camo Capture episode 4. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe to support the channel, and be ready for Camo Capture episode 5 next week. I'm Source Pilot, signing off. Peace.